Good evening. Today we'll be learning how the Texas government works on the executive level. First, we will go through a few points to learn the history, and then we will get into the different aspects of the executive branch, the ones that are voted by the people and the ones that aren't voted by the people. So the executive branch has offices held by vote and associations. Each of these positions have duties that put together the government. All government officials have guidelines that have been established by the Constitution, and the Constitution was written in 1876, in which Texas is governed by. It is greatly influenced by Spanish and Mexican influencing in the way that it has strict banking and separation of church and state. Another contributing factor to the way the Constitution works now is Edmund J. Davis, who was the governor during the Reconstruction era. He had lots of power and was overthrown eventually, and since then the people have not trusted the government position. So now it is the weakest position for a governor in all of the states. Like I said, the executive branch is very weak, but he is the commander-in-chief of the state's military force. And in TexasTransparency.org, it says the executive branch is often referred to as a plural executive because many of the offices in that branch of government are elected by Texas voters. The one who does have more power is the lieutenant governor. He serves in both executive and legislative branches. Lieutenant governor is powerful because they control both the Texas Senate and they control the budgeting. The other one is the Comptroller of Public Accounts. Currently, Glenn Hegar, also created by the Constitution, is elected every 4 years with the governor and the lieutenant governor. The duties include collecting substantially all tax revenue owed by the state. Since Texas does not have an income tax, it gains taxes off of other things, such as batteries. The Land Commissioner, he is the head of Texas General Land Office State Agency, which is one of the agencies that the state of Texas has. The statewide official is elected every 4 years also and is currently George P. Bush. He manages land and mineral rights and properties owned by the state. Also manages contributions to the Star's Permanent School Fund. Another one elected by the people is the Texas Attorney General, elected every 4 years also. He is charged by the Constitution to represent the state in litigation and approve public board issues. He also serves as the legal counsel to all boards and agencies of the state government. Now we move on to the ones that aren't voted by the people, which they are different boards. So one of them is the Agriculture Commissioner, also called the Texas Railroad Commission, and that goes back to our history about how railroads were needed because of all the cotton exports. This agency regulates the oil and gas industry, gas utilities, pipeline safety, and safety in liquefied petroleum gas. This was established in 1891 and is the oldest regulatory agency. The next one is the State Board of Education. The State Board of Education is the branch of state government of Texas responsible for public education, also known as the TEA. It oversees district's operations, oversight of public primary and secondary education. And the other one that is not elected by the people is the Secretary of State, appointed by the governor with confirmation of Texas Senate. Currently, Carlos Cascos is the Chief Elections Officer, Protocol Affairs for state and international matters. He's also the liaison for the governor and the borders of Mexico. And then we close out with saying that Texas does have a very complex government, and it is very different according to different states, but it works best and it also has an old constitution since, again, in the 1800s, 1876, and it's only been ratified, multiple times, but it still has worked for them today.